If you want a plan for the future, we can help your dreams come true. A degree that gets you the right job. It's affordable and easy for you. It's Montauk Community College. Friendly people that know who you are. It's Montauk Community College. A college so close that can take you so far.
Hello, my name is Dr. Martha McLeod. I'm the president of Montauk Community College, and this is our program, Changing Lives. Tonight we're going to do a retrospective. We've been doing this for somewhere between 9 and 10 years. The crew, Ben Durant, who talked me into doing this in the first place, all have made it possible to introduce you to people from the college, from the community, students who were growing and finding themselves going in different directions, students who were trying out acting, faculty members who were trying to lead students in new directions. It has been a lot of fun. I have truly loved doing it. And they have put a retrospective together tonight with a whole stream of clips, little pieces of shows that some of you will remember and some of you will want more after you see the little bits that we have. We start way back in 2004 when we had an extremely active and vibrant acting program. And we have 2 students who are playing their roles. So here we go. Let's take a look at Changing Lives for the last 9 years. Hello, I'm Martha McLeod, and I'm the president of Montauk Community College. We're going to offer you a series of programs about how Montauk can change lives, your life.
Oh, night watchman. Night watchman.
Hello there.
Hello.
You sound nervous.
I am.
Not about me, I hope. I'm just a night prowler.
A what?
A night prowler. A man that prowls at night.
Well, this poem was kind of an accident. I was in class and we were on break. Edwina was behind me talking to somebody, and she said something about an anti-war poetry. Really, she was going to an anti-war poetry reading someplace and had nothing to do with class, but I interpreted that as, well, that's our next assignment, write an anti-war poem of some sort. Mm-hmm. So I wrote this poem in about 10 minutes, and later I submitted it to this contest, and for some reason I won it.
Well,
Not really quite sure why.
why don't you read it to us?
Well, it's entitled Chariots of Fire. The sun is peeking over the horizon. I seek a ride to Monkey Mountain. The air cab will provide. We lift off into the sunrise, a 20-minute ride. I watch in surprise as we pass Monkey Mountain. The crew chief shouts in my ear, "We are diverted for a medevac." The crew chief sits on a thick telephone book. I look a question. He says, "You'll see, it's a hot LZ." Suddenly we drop rapidly. The door gunner starts firing. A line of holes appears in the floor. A trickle runs down my leg. I wish for a thick telephone book. The chopper slams into the ground. Huge clouds of dust surround us. The crew chief shouts, "Get out!" We jump out as dusty men run towards us with their friends on their backs. The door gunner fires continuously. Above us, other choppers circle and fire. Dust kicks up around us as the enemy fires at the dust cloud. The boy I load doesn't look old enough to drive. He holds his intestines in with his hands. The next one screams as I load him. I've hurt him badly. They're all loaded. I start to climb back in. The crew chief yanks me back. We're overloaded, no room for us. We run for cover. The overloaded chopper lifts off slowly. We watch from the trench as machine gun tracers rise in a lazy arc and sparkle over the cockpit. The chopper slowly spins, drops, and crashes. Fire licks over the wreckage. Burning men crawl out of the wreckage. The lieutenant shouts, "Shoot them!" The man beside me hands me his rifle. He points at the burning men. I fire until the clip is empty. They move no more. The smell of burning flesh overpowers me. I vomit until I lose consciousness. When I awake, I am soaked in blood and vomit. I crawl to a small stream. I use sand to scrub myself. The blood will not come off. I will never be clean again.
There is so much that I can't say. How long ago was that?
It was in 1966.
Vietnam?
Yes.
You have painted an unbelievable picture in my mind. I thank you for sharing it.
It's a couple of minutes in the life of the people who stayed there for a year.
Why don't you give us a thumbnail sketch of what it's like to be in Jim Wilkinson's marketing class and then introduce your student to it?
Thank you, Martha. Well, one of the things we do is we like to really put together marketing plans, start to finish, learning about marketing and also how it would apply by actually going out and taking local companies, those that don't have a large marketing budget, and put a marketing plan together for them. And I just set the bar for the students to say, okay, what do we do to really market this company?
What do you think was the best part of taking Jim's class?
It was a fun, interesting class. It's not like one of those classes just preach, just like old, boring stuff about marketing. It's not like lecture. He's not more one of the guys that just read the book. He goes out of the book and he takes us to the mall, which was one of my favorite experiences. You guys spend the class at the mall, go in different stores, see how they market the store, how they place everything, and how they promote their items, and see what they can do to change it and how their competition does it. And it's just a fun experience.
You've got to tell me how you did that.
Isn't that interesting?
It's a great one, but what is it? How did you do it?
Well, I saw one on the wall, kind of like that, and this lady's hair was like all the way up, and it was just crazy. I'm like, Tony, like how is that done? I had no idea.
So how do you do it?
It's called a photogram, right?
Yes.
And you like, how do you describe that, Tony?
Well,
You describe it.
I think it's really exciting because it allows you to create an image without using a negative, without making a print directly. So anything you put directly on a photographic paper, if you put your own hand on photographic paper, then you get an image of a white hand if it's opaque.
She pushed her face on photographic
so
paper to do
she leaned over
that?
the enlarger.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, there's a larger setup.
Yep.
She set up her head and she turned and she posed in the position she wanted to.
Does it itch?
No,
I mean, when you push your face on the paper.
no.
And it just does that.
It's so cool. What's not exposed to the light stays white.
Exactly.
So,
If you're an opaque object and you're opaque,
right.
light can't pass through you, so it creates a beautiful silhouette.
Well, when I first came to Asnuntuck, they used to have galas. And the gala was a very formal affair where people wore tuxes and nice dresses and had glasses of wine, and it was very sedate. And we decided that maybe Asnuntuck needed something a little bit different. So we decided to try a murder mystery dinner, didn't we?
We did. Remember the first year well. Martha approached me and said, how about doing this murder mystery? I said, okay, sounds like fun. And she said, here's the script.
Margaret and I have some more detective work to do. We'll be...
Yep, we're on to the killer. Just like we said, we'll track him down. Justice will triumph.
Ladies and gentlemen, please excuse us.
George.
I don't know if I want to focus on film or stage or TV, but I know that I want to be involved. And I think the higher that I go, the better understanding I'll have, and I'll be able to pinpoint and say, this is exactly what I want to do.
One of the things my grandmother used to say about going to college was that one door closes and another one opens, but there's 10 doors and you have to jiggle the handles and find out which one you should go through. I'm the first one in my family that even finished high school, so it was a really big deal. And then finding out that college did just that, it opened doors. And this one has opened some interesting doors for you. We have a video of you in your dance class.
One thing that I love so much about Nantucket is the variety of students they have. Old students, young students. We have a big diversity with age range and ability, especially with dance. Some people didn't have a dance background, some people did. So it was really interesting, and I'm really so proud of them.
And we have a clip of the Fall Festival. This is our first Fall Festival. It was one of those all ages fun things that we're going to be having annually at Nantucket. And the clip just shows you some of the stuff that happened, and of course everyone knows about the baseball game, where you guys beat the faculty for the first time in history. And it was really fun.
A radio station, day you came, and I was gone on the front line. A radio station, saw a man who knew his army well. Make this bed in which we lay.
You took your first semester of classes.
Yes, I did.
And you started an internship.
Yep. I started my internship at Flanagan Brothers Industry in Glastonbury. And it's one of the most enjoyable jobs I've ever had.
Everything like they showed in the museum wasn't horrible. It wasn't like drilling you with all this violent imagery. They did have stories about survival and the people who hid the Jews when they were trying to get away from the Holocaust. And it's just, it shows you the extremes of human capability, the good and the bad. And yeah, that's what I thought of the museum as a whole, not just the Holocaust, but what humans are capable of doing.
I think that what you just said is so profound, both the good and the bad, and that they showed you about those that went to any extreme to try and help people, and those that went to the other extreme to try and exterminate people.
In so many ways, the humanities, especially performing arts courses, can be the lifeblood of an institution, can really boost morale, but we don't need that at Nantucket. Everyone's so happy all the time, we're just always jumping around. But can really, add such a wonderful aspect to anyone's education. I think every student should take an acting course.
I think it enriches your life.
It does.
I know nobody believes me, but I was a very shy student. Under my high school picture, it said, "Silence is more musical than a song." I was a dancer. You don't talk, you just get criticized.
Right.
That's how it works.
Right.
Talking wasn't part of what I did.
Right.
As I often tell Martha, your president, that as Nantucket is definitely one of the fine jewels of Enfield. And then to be able to have a place like this here at Nantucket to welcome home our veterans, to thank our veterans, and to allow them a place to come to where they can sit down and talk and commiserate, share stories, help each other out. It just makes Nantucket even more of a family atmosphere.
Is there anything either one of you would like to add?
Just to let the ones that do come home know that there is an oasis in Enfield.
Yes, as Nantucket is waiting for them.
You bet.
Absolutely.
Indeed. And so, I'd like to cue up the national anthem being sung as you watch the stars on the tree. Every star on the tree has a picture of a veteran who gave his or her life for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At Suntrack Radio 107.7 WACC. Good morning, it's Tom Dutchess.
Connecticut manufactures so many different kinds of things, from the wiffle ball bat and Pez dispensers and chocolates and all sorts of things that happen and are used throughout our homes and in our businesses. That is why we're here today. Connecticut's manufacturer needs you. They need you to do the jobs that will keep America strong. We are looking forward to finding all of you who are willing to work in manufacturing, because there's a future for you there.
2 years ago, we introduced a few of our students to the welding program. And they have been and continue to be successful in that program, and there's nothing better to promote a program than to have students speaking with their peers about their successes and their engagement in something that they feel is very worthwhile.
All of those experiences can come at younger ages, and we have brought Quelf. 200 little girls come in every year, and we arrange to have them weld and rapid prototype and do all sorts of things.
Great program.
Yeah, the first time we did that, it was people thought we were, oh boy, this isn't going to work, but the girls want to come back.
Yeah, well, 36 of them came back last summer for 2 weeks.
Yes.
They actually went through a week of machining and a week of welding, and they literally welded and machined at age 12 and 13. In many cases, we had step-up stools so that they could reach the machinery, but they indeed all welded and all machined, and they did just absolutely marvelously. So we're really looking forward to these 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th graders coming in, and we think that those 7th graders who start with us this year and continue for the next 3 years through 10th grade are going to be great, great candidates for college connections as well as this 5th-year program. And
well, what a perspective. From acting to poetry about Vietnam that rips out your heart, to students experiencing new things, thinking about all that they could be tomorrow, all about making things possible, letting students know that there's so many doors for them to go through and that they can be what they want to be, and we're going to help them get there. That is what I have probably loved most about Asnuntuck, is that we don't feel any barriers, and that's one of the reasons we've succeeded in manufacturing technology. Where I have to throw in, we have 95% job placement within 6 months of graduation, and average $55,000 a year. We have 80% placement in many of our allied health non-credit programs. And we transfer students to Bay Path and to Yale and to Smith and to the Connecticut State Universities, as Nantucket is a wonderful place. I have taken so many memories, built so many memories and put them in the box to take with me. It will always be part of me. This is a college whose culture says students matter. The people at Asnuntuck are the reason that everything works. We really care. When I first got to Asnuntuck, we did an appreciative inquiry because I needed to know about my new college. And what I discovered was that it has amazing strengths. The strengths of faculty that will go the extra mile, staff that is always willing to help, and a student body that is rich and diverse and motivates you to come in every day and say, what else can I do to open another door to help the next student get to where he or she wants to be. I am so glad to have been part of Asnuntuck. I'm grateful to the crew that does this show, and I wish I had them all standing behind me so I could point at them and say, without these guys, it wouldn't happen. I have truly enjoyed my time with you, just as I have enjoyed my time at Asnuntuck. This is Dr. Martha McLeod saying good night. Oh, Ben. Oh, shoot. See, Ben has been my director and talked me into doing this. Don't you go anywhere. When he first said to me, Martha, you really ought to do a TV program, I said, yeah, right, in my spare time. And he was right. We got to talk to you about Asnuntuck. We got to open the door to the college and say, come in and see us. We got to tell you about things that you wouldn't have seen if we hadn't put it on TV. And the volunteers at Cox Cable are amazing and talented and dedicated. They have all of you, I don't know how many years each one of you have been here, but I know some of you have been here a lot longer than 10 years. And so I have so much to be grateful for. Thank you for the flowers. And thank you for letting me be part of your lives. Good night.
Okay. I figured, why don't we do this right now, right here on the program. And so we went out and got you an official citation. And let me just read it right now. State of Connecticut General Assembly official citation introduced by Senator John A. Kissel of the 7th District, Representative David Alexander of the 58th District, and Representative David W. Kiner of the 59th District. And given the people that you serve at Asnuntuck, I could have had like 15 other senators and reps on here. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Dr. Martha McLeod in recognition of your retirement as president of Asnuntuck Community College. During your tenure, ACC has had the highest graduation rate of the state's community colleges, has dramatically increased on-campus enrollment, and is completing its campus master plan this spring. ACC's, yes, there we go. ACC's Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center has become the model for manufacturing technology education in Connecticut. We thank you for your service and wish you the best in the next phase of your life. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success given this 6th day of May 2013 at the state capitol, Hartford, Connecticut, by Donald E. Williams Jr., President pro tempore of the Senate, Brendan Sharkey, Speaker of the House of Representatives, and Denise Merrill, Secretary of the State of Connecticut. President McLeod, Dr. McLeod, congratulations from all of us.
Thank you, John.
You are welcome. So there we go. I was hoping to throw you a curveball right out of the chute, and I'm hoping I did.
You did. Thank you so much.
Well deserved. Well deserved. So now while we got you in that sort of mindset, little memory lane, what was it like when you first were hired to take the helm of Asnuntuck Community College almost 10 years ago?
Well, What I remember most is that Chancellor Herzog came all the way out to the reservation to visit me on my college campus.
Which is where for our audience?
Well, I was the president of Bay Mills Community College.
You really are touched too. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Part of me, I wanted to do something nice for you.
A tribal college in the Upper Peninsula, which is more than halfway to the Arctic Circle.
Okay.
That's the easy way to describe where it was. And I had applied for the job at Asnuntuck, and Chancellor Herzog and Nick Lefakis came out to my campus to see the tribal college and to interview me. And I had been reading about the college, that it was, how do I put this? Chancellor Herzog said it needed rejuvenation.
Okay.
And he made me see what could happen. He said, what you have done here, you built a tribal college from 11 students in the basement of the tribal center to a fully accredited land-grant college. And now you need another challenge, and I think you should make it Asnuntuck.
Dreams come true. A degree that gets you the right job. It's affordable and easy for you. Asnuntuck Community College. Friendly people that know who you are. Asnuntuck Community College. A college so close that can take you so far. So close it can take you so